It's like I always said, it's the National Assembly. These guys, they just sit down, whatever is passed to them, they will just do first reading, second reading, third reading, they will just approve it. And that is where it is. They are not helping the president. You only help the president when you provide oversight function. On the MDAs, you ask questions. Okay, example, we said we were going to do 1.78 million barrels a day. We are not doing 1.4. What is happening?
Hello guys, welcome once again to Think Tank TV. Please, I'd like you guys to listen to the words of this man that was interviewed in Arise News. The reason why I want you to listen to it is because I want you to understand what Nigeria is really going through. It is very educative and informative. The information he has dropped about our Nigerian politicians who are nothing but cryptocrats. Trust me, some of the things he said will open your eyes to understand how much Nigeria has and how our politicians have been doing well to usurp the wealth for their personal interests. And the reason why Nigeria has not been moving forward. In fact, he released a lot of details and data about the Nigerian government as compared to the international communities like Dubai and other nations who have succeeded in their field. Please do want to drop your thoughts in the comment section and share this video. I really want every Nigerian to watch and hear what is said in this video. Also do want to hit the like button so that YouTube can recommend it for more people to get to watch. Take a look.
GDP. I'll give you an example. Access Bank in 2005 had a balance sheet shareholders fund of 25 billion. Today, years later, Access Bank balance sheet is almost about 2.6 trillion naira. You could see growth. And I can tell you, if you look at the Access Bank plan, you could have seen how they plan to get from 2005 to where they are today. Nobody stumbles or prays himself into success. That's right. There must be plan, there must be focus, there must be strategy, there must be scientific knowledge on what you're going to do, when you will do it, how you do it, or what you will do it. What has helped countries like Norway, countries like Singapore, countries like Malaysia, countries like South Africa, because there is plan, there is consistency. But the problem, let me tell you the problem we have in Nigeria. A government comes into play. And of course, it's this level of corruption in Nigeria. You saw what the EFCC chairman said during his confirmation hearing. He said between 2018 and 2020, over 2.9 trillion was stolen through over invoicing. So basically what most of these guys in MDA do, not everybody, is that when contracts are awarded, of course, they even disburse 70% ahead. No milestone. And then the man who is helping them will claim out their own portion and give to them. And so when the next government comes into place, everybody is looking for where they can get their own money. So to continue with the old project simply means the contract has been awarded, money has been claimed out. So they pack it one side and they start a new thing. So that is the problem we have here in Nigeria. There is no rigor, there is no process in the procurement of things in Nigeria, even in award of contracts. So but we need to get it right. We can't keep on lamenting and being at this level. We must get it right. And if we get it right in this country, I tell you, this country is a blessed land. This is one country that can export over $375 billion non-oil resources, goods and services. This is one country that can take over 197 million in poverty, out of poverty within the next 5 years. But we need to have leadership that is focused, leadership that has passion and creativity. And you know the very funny thing here, these guys can actually make so much money without stealing. Yeah. By through creativity, they can make so much money without looting. I'll give you an example. A governor who put in place the right PPP framework to attract $2 billion into his state over the next 4 years. Even if there's an SPV created and his own is half 10-20% in that SPV, he makes almost about $50 million till he dies every year. But he will have done one thing. He will have created massive job in his state. He will have grown GDP by $2 billion. He will have removed poverty in his state. But these guys, all they think about is, how do we get this out? And that is why you see them, they don't pay emphasis on education, which is actually the key ingredient that will take us out of poverty. Because look at the 10 global biggest economies, 98% literacy rate. Look at the last 10, which Nigeria belongs to. Literacy level of actually less than 60%. Just look at it. They don't pay emphasis on education, on health, on social investment that will help us take out of it. It's just that's why they give people pizzas and all those stuff. The truth is, all they do is award road contracts, do flyovers, those things that can enable them over invoice and quickly make money. And nations are not built that way.
Man, this is quite serious. I hope you're learning something from the video. Please do want to drop your thoughts in the comment section. Take a look.
executive and the legislative branches, really when it comes to situations like this when we're having 4 concurrent budgets. And you've highlighted on some solutions, but I want us to hone more on that, because we know what's going on, and it's really sad when you think about, like you said, how much progress. We have a clear idea of what's going on. So when we talk about long-term solutions and sustainable practices, what long-term strategies would you advise this government to adopt to be able to, prevent the recurrence of, these budgeting anomalies and ensure sustainable fiscal management going forward? Yes.
Okay, I think you remember that when the Buhari government came into power, they came up with this idea of zero budgeting, and everybody clapped. Zero budgeting simply means CBB. Yes, from the foundation. Of course, that's how it should be. You don't just wake up and you just do 2% you put on top. There are dynamics, there are social and microeconomic factors that guide even your budgeting. Yeah. Now, what would they do? It's already proven that the public audit arrangement we have in Nigeria is not working. The likes of KPMG, PwC, Deloitte should be involved in Nigerian budgeting process. Very, very important. Among the MDAs, across the MDA, they should be involved. And the auditing of these MDAs should also involve them. And that is the truth, because what we have seen over time is there is no transparency, there is no accountability. The whole essence of the Fiscal Responsibility Act was to provide rigor, to provide transparency and accountability in the process of budget creation. It is practically absent in all the 3 tiers of government. And number 2, the issue of knowledge is very, very important. This guy should sometimes sit back. When Dr. Michael Opera became the premier of the old Eastern Nigeria, he was a medical doctor, 39 years. He wasn't an economist. What did he do? He sought for the Little Group, a top consulting group in the US, and they came together and they built him a massive framework on what to do to build a 214-kilometer industrial belt. And within 7 years, he accomplished it. He had the fastest growing economy in the whole of Commonwealth nations. He had an economy that was at 9.5% per annum. In fact, he had everything tied up. His security arrangement, his local police was more efficient than the federal police, as testified even by both local and international observers. Now, the truth is, some of these guys, they like to surround themselves with people that will tell them what they want to hear. People that will help them to cream out. They should seek for help. There's nothing, it's not yet too late. I expect National Assembly, the senators and the House of Rep members, they have so much budget. Some of them take almost about 27 million, 37 million. And if you look at what they take, they should, on their salary scale, you see where they provided funds for legislative aids. They should not just go and hire those that will carry back for them. They should hire professionals that will guide them, that will advise them, that will, and it's another point that they're not actually providing oversight function. In Nigeria today, there is this belief that oversight function is just a way of putting pressure on the MDAs to release their own portion of the largesse. If we have real oversight functions over the MDAs, this will be strengthened up. Like I said, we must have plans sector by sector. I'll give you an example. Vietnam today, 300,000 square kilometer land, 100 million people, they do 27 million tons of rice every year. Nigeria, we are doing 5.2 million tons, which is less than our 7.5 million domestic consumption. We can actually do 27 million tons, like Vietnam. We have the right demography, we have the right temperate environment, we have everything. But we need to see that as, okay, how do we integrate, have a handshake between the federal government, the state and local government area, to cultivate scientifically, right? Something that can be done in a year. How can we build this output to 27? We can do it. On the palm, as of 1964-65, Nigeria was controlling 45% of the global palm oil supply market. Today, that market is $72 billion size, controlled by Indonesia and Malaysia, that came to Calabar over a century ago to pick the seedlings. The question is, our current domestic consumption is about 2.3 million tons. Our supply, domestic supply is about 1 million tons. How do we build up across the value chain to cover the domestic supply gap and be able to supply to the west of Africa? It can be done. It's scientific planning. And it's not the federal government that will do it though. It's mostly the states and the local government.
You've seen it for yourself. Now, I trust you enjoyed every part of that video. You can imagine where it is said that the Dubai economy depends on oil revenue for just 5% of their income. Like I said yesterday, like I keep saying to Nigerians, the truth is that the reasons why the political class go ahead to quickly build structures is so that they can over-invoice and make quick money for selfish interests. Another thing I keep saying to Nigerians is that, just like a wise man once said, building structures, bridges, and rail lines can never never be compared to building a man. And I know that these politicians understand that if they build a man by giving them education, training them and making them aware, this would obviously make them to become aware and revolt their antics. Just like the likes of Sowore, Dele Farotimi and Shehu Kuti has said, that the actions of these politicians is mostly intentional. Because they know that they don't want Nigerians to become aware. They don't want Nigerians to become educated, to begin to ask them questions. And the onus is obviously laid on Nigerians to begin to call them out, just like Aisha Yesufu would do. Call them out, ask them questions. We need to ask them questions why they take the actions they take, how they spend the money they spend, and why they should not give people the dividend of democracy. Nigerians must stop seeing politicians as their demigods, which is obviously what they keep doing, so that we cannot be able to come out and question their actions. They should rather be seen as our own servants. Nigerians should see political class and those in political office as people who are there to serve them, not people who are they should begin to see them as I'm loyal. No. The truth is that we must keep speaking truth to power for these politicians to get to understand that Nigerians are obviously becoming aware and would ask them questions for every action they take. Please do also drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let's get to know what you think about the words of this man in the Arise News Station let's get to know what you think about the words of this man in the Arise News Station and the political scenario, and we shall continually be here to serve you. Also do also hit the like button. I want Nigerians to all see this video because it's obviously very educative and informative, just like you've seen for yourself. Do also smash the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell if you're new to our station so that you can be duly informed when we put out more informative content. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We really do not take it lightly. My name again is Moses and this is Think Tank TV. See you on our next video. Bye for now.